Hello, welcome to our workshop at Epiroc. Its opportunities in the innovation of diamond drilling in Peru. I would like to thank the Chamber of Commerce Canada Peru for the invitation to give this presentation. My name is Mario Santillan. I am the Business Line Manager Surface Division at Epiroc, and I will be here with Jose Catasi.
Thank you, Mario, and good afternoon, all. My name is Jose Catasi. I'm a product specialist in the surface drilling and exploration in Epiroc, and I'm really happy to be sharing this afternoon with all of you regarding the opportunities in innovation. Let's go with you again, Mario.
Thank you, Jose. And as he was saying, we are really glad to be here to share with you this space to review the opportunities provided by the technology for mining growing. Please, let's go to the next slide. We are going to share a 6-point agenda. As usual, safety is the main point. Then we are going to review Epiroc globally and in Peru. Then we are going to share an introduction regarding a concept that is very important for us. It's the sixth sense and the future mine. It's the roadmap of automation for Epiroc. And finally, we are going to go with Jose, and he's going to present about Epiroc technology and exploration, all the opportunities that these represent, and then we're going to conclude with some final statements. Please go ahead, Leah. We are going to talk about safety. And regarding safety, we would like to share a motto for Epiroc that we are using for several years. It says, "For my family and their future, I work safely." And in this pandemic context, this concept has become more important. And we are applying this concept for about 2 to 3 years. But here it's important because family and safety are becoming really relevant because of this pandemic that we are facing. And we believe that these two concepts are very important nowadays in order to prevent the risks. This is an invitation from our part to continue taking care of each other and to be safe both in mining operations and in the daily life. Briefly, we would like to share regarding Epiroc, and we know this is a well-known brand for mining industry. We are leaders for the drilling excavation solution for mining and construction and infrastructure, both in surface and underground mining. Epiroc was founded in 2018. It's an independent company from the Atlas Copco Group. And it was born following the split from Atlas Copco in this date. Altogether, Epiroc is made by 14,000 employees, and it has a global presence in more than 150 countries. We have annual revenues of more of 36 billion of Swedish crowns, and we are continuously growing. It's important to mention for the LATAM region, and especially the Andean region, is that Epiroc presence before it was Atlas Copco, but we have been growing for 70 years. So our presence is not new in this region. And this is one of the most important operations for Epiroc at a global level. If we're talking about exploration, some years ago, we were honored to work together with Fordia, that since 2019 is part of the Epiroc family, providing everything that has to do with drilling features and all the tools. So here We may start regarding technology and innovation. This is the core of our presentation. And I would like to present the sixth sense concept and the future mind concept. We are going to watch a video that summarizes the sixth sense concept. That is just the synergy of a smart, safe, and ongoing mind. Through a process of continuous improvement, so we can use technology and information to transform mining in a much more profitable and safer process. Let's watch this video. As we watch in the video, sixth sense is related to all this improvement that we may generate by innovation and by combining people, processes, and technology. For Epiroc, this is very important. And what you are seeing here is the future mind concept. For Epiroc, within the different development stages, today, tomorrow, that is a very near future, and future that it's not maybe as near as tomorrow, but we can already see it. So we know that we have four fundamental axes for development of the future mind: sustainability, interoperability, automation, and digitalization. Sustainability, of course, is related to a safe environment for resources and also for people, but also an environment that is more friendly with the environment. This is what we are seeing for tomorrow, is a trend towards electrification. This is something that is happening all over the world. And we are moving towards an environment where machines are working together with the manual operations. And in the future, we're going to see a mining that goes towards emission-free operations by using increasingly efficient resources. Our sustainability objectives are really high, and we believe that mining operations, and especially in Peru as a mining country, is being developed. Then we have interoperability that is essentially based on data management and compilation. Nowadays, we are collecting information and we are creating data management systems from the different processes of the mining. This information may be stored by the same mines. And here we are in the future or tomorrow, where we are working with fleet management, both in the same kind of fleet management. And in the near future, we are going to manage mixed fleets. These fleets are going to be from different types and different sizes. And we are conducting a more specific planning for our consumption. In the long term, interoperability is going to take us to a real-time mining, where we are going to make decisions in real time. So interoperability is the second axis that we consider as very important for the development of mine investment. Third, we have automation. And we are talking on increasing functionality of the machinery. We are talking about autonomous drilling and autonomous hauling. And what we are expecting for the near future is that the fleets are going to be autonomous and that we're going to have a common remote control system. And this is going to take us very soon to have a completely autonomous mining for different stages. And finally, as a fourth axis, we have digitalization. The digitalization is going to allow us to perform information models that simulate all the mining environment, and that by using open application programming interfaces, we are going to generate new knowledge for processes, for machines, and by using some information tools like 5G and LTE, we are going to generate data analysis that is going to be increasingly continuous. And we're going to have a larger computing capacity. And these systems are going to make decisions in the future. This is what we know as artificial intelligence. If we see this slide that is very representative, we are moving towards a future of emission-free mining. We are going to control decisions at real time. We are going to have autonomous mining equipment and artificial intelligence. So this is the Epiroc development map that we're going to review in this presentation. As a consequence of the points that I just mentioned, we conducted a study. This study was made by Boliden, and the results say that the autonomous machine is going to increase 40 to 80% of the production. We can see this in the light blue part on the graph. We are seeing the valleys and the peaks on the mining process. We have some stops because of the change of shifts and also maybe some climate problems. Several stops that affect the mining productivity. So by conducting mining through autonomous machine, we can increase productivity in a very relevant way. And also we are seeing our growth by improving our processes. These improvements in processes are going to improve our decisions and are going to provide small but important improvements in usage. If we combine all these effects, we are talking about a relevant potential in the use of technology and automatization. In this graph, we can see how from a baseline of 30% of usage of resources, for example, in the underground mining, we can start to grow through interoperability, digitalization, and automation of processes up to 60%. For example, we are taking baseline active or resource usage, and we can monitor the equipment usage. So this strengthens a little bit the concept that we were presenting before, and I think that this is going to continue altering mining, not only in Peru, but around the world. This is an example of underground mining. Then we are going to watch a video that presents an experience of a surface mine. And we're going to see what is the effect in our customer that is implementing autonomous machinery. Go ahead, please.
Ask anyone at Goldcorp's Peñasquito mine in Mexico about the switch from manual drills to Epiroc autonomous drills, and the many benefits become clear.
This is mainly a benefit for the safety of the staff.
And improvement in precision.
La
The
producción
production
es
is
más
higher.
alta.
Reducing our operational costs.
Productivity, the autonomous gives us the opportunity to be safer. We're taking people away from areas where it's unsafe to put them, but we can put an autonomous drill in there.
We're able to put the operators in a situation where they're in a control room instead of in an area with higher risks.
The autonomous Epiroc Pit Viper drills at Peñasquito operate robotically and completely unmanned. Rather than work in the active, busy mining environment, operators safely monitor the drills from a remote operation station. At Peñasquito, the station is thousands of feet away from the drills, but there's really no limit.
For example, we have a site in Australia. The operator is sitting in Perth, operating machines 1,400 kilometers away from the mine.
Other safety features include proximity detection that stops the drill if anyone gets close, and geofencing that ensures the drill stays within its designated working area. In addition to improving safety, the Epiroc autonomous drills raise the level of hole quality and productivity.
Now we know that machineries are able to be more precise and to be better aligned. Our holes now are made through autonomous drilling.
You can see the lines and the patterns they're following, and they're so precise and so straight that I don't believe we can operate at the same level of precision and with human operators.
Hole quality is right now, I think, at 99% to 100%.
The productivity has increased in a very relevant percentage.
Es muy
It is
eficiente.
very efficient.
Tiene mucha
The
eficiencia
autonomous
el
system
sistema
is really
autónomo.
efficient.
And we're seeing that, so this unit will run for longer periods because it's not having to stop for any breaks.
By performing repeating tasks without interruption, Epiroc autonomous drills keep production moving.
It will drill the holes exactly the way you have told it to do and take no breaks, and productivity gets pushed up with that.
Epiroc autonomous pit vipers are also more productive because they can perform work that others can't.
We can do a full, complete drill cycle, plus we can do row-to-row transitions within that drill pattern without any assistance of the operator required.
With our switch to autonomous drilling, we're able to improve upon the rate of production, the accuracy of the holes, the fragmentation, leading to downstream improvements in our processes, as well as improving upon our safety.
Moving operators out of the cab and into an operation station was a fast, smooth transition.
So we fine-tuned it down to about 2 to 3 days of a deliberate designated operator training course.
Very little time is used on for training because whatever the operator was used to and saw in the cab, he sees in the op stations. We're using exactly the same controls, exactly the same monitor, so it's very familiar to him.
Goldcorp also views the switch to Epiroc autonomous drills as part of a commitment to innovation that positions the company for a great future.
Automation is not just about the technology, it's about the people.
So what we're seeing is the workforce, and especially the younger workforce, is very excited about working around new technologies that they can relate directly to.
I don't believe that a mining company that doesn't embrace automation is going to be in business in the next 10 years.
And really the goal of the industry is to become more and more autonomous so that the new mines in the future can be more productive, can be safer, and achieve better quality.
To learn about improving safety and productivity with Epiroc autonomous pit vipers, contact your Epiroc representative or visit epiroc.com.
As we were watching in this video, this mine in Peñasquito increases productivity and precision in a very important way. This is a trend not only for some places, but this is going to be all over the world. In this map, we can see the different operations that are using Epiroc technology around the world. I feel that automatization is not only a trend, but it's a rule for the future. Nowadays, more than 20 million meters has been drilled in an autonomous way. almost 50 sites around the world, and this number is increasing. And we have got some important results. We have improved more than 60% average improvement in spatial accuracy, and 85% average improvement in depth accuracy. And these are very important advantages for any production. Also, we have increased productivity in almost 15% in the different operations. And also, we have reduced the carbon footprint in more than 85 tons. As you can see in this image, even though automatization presence is important in Latin America, in South America, in Australia, we also have a presence in Peru. Here we can see in detail the different growing places in technology in different countries, as I was saying. And this presentation is made in our framework in Peru, but I would like the Peruvian case. And this makes us equal to different important cases in the region. In 2020, we have had our first experience with autonomous drilling in Peru. And in 2021, we are growing to have more autonomous drilling in all the territory, with also remote operations from 2019. And we are growing towards a more digitalized mining, as in the case of United States and also in Chile. We can see that independently of geography, this is a trend that it's being adopted globally. Here we are seeing some images to show the experience for autonomous drilling in Peru, with excellent results. On the left side, we can see a control panel where we can monitor all the information for drilling, all the information generated. Here we can see an autonomous driller that is being tested. This machine recognizes objects and also recognizes people. And on the right side, we can see multiple remote operations. Here, we have a drilling that is made in a remote way. And this is an activity that allows the operator to go to an area or to go away from an area that is going to be risky. And also by increasing productivity. Experiences in Peru are still in a development stage, but we can say that are very successful and that are being adopted by our customers and also for the Peruvian who are working for the mining operations. So this is a reality in Peru nowadays. It's not something that we are waiting for, but we are already working on it. What we are seeing now, and I think it's part of this technology vision, is that once we work with autonomous equipment of different types, we generate a large amount of data. This data and information determines the usage, and we are using these control towers. Here we are seeing a control tower in Chile. And here we are receiving data from different sites all around the world. And we can analyze this data. And we can also make better decisions by this analysis. We can conduct analysis in real time or in very short time. And we can observe operations in different ways. Let's go to the next slide, please. Here we are seeing this picture that is very similar to the former one. And we believe that this is going to be a continuous function for mining. Data analysis in real time is going to allow us to make decisions in a better way. Here we are seeing a drilling site, and on the right we can review all the data that has been obtained by this operation. And by reviewing this data, we can change the work that is being conducted in this site. In this sense, we are going to develop a lot of information, and Jose is going to explain about this in just some minutes. If we go to the next slide, I would like to share with you a concept, an idea of a future mine. This is a surface mine, and this is a concept image, but allows us to have an idea of how the future mines are going to be. As you can see, the drill machines don't have a pit because people are not longer there. We have a drone that are surveilling the holes. We have machinery that is reviewing at a real time, and everything is interconnected. And if we go to the next slide, people are not longer in an environment that may be risky, but they are controlling everything from a safe environment. They are monitoring the operation, but they are not inside the mine itself, but they are controlling the data. We are going to go to the next slide. And they are using augmented reality. And they are forecasting each of these equipment, and they are making smarter decisions because of this information. This may seem like science fiction, but reality is increasingly like this reality. So to see this in the operation that is the core of this presentation, Jose is going to provide more information regarding how this is going to be translated in the exploration stage. Please go ahead, Jose.
Thank you so much, Mario. So Epiroc has been really present in this exploration world since a very long time, especially in Peru. We have been supporting our clients, and we have been supporting them to get to really hostile environments and to work with apparently nothing. So what we see right now is the first Christensen drilling, the CT20 drilling, designed for deep wells. And this was the first one in the world that we got in Peru in order for us to work with our client, Geotech. So Peru has always been a reference for when it comes to mining exploration worldwide. So this picture has 10 years, and this machinery is still up and running. Next slide, please. Thank you. So in this sector, we can see two other subsectors that are really important. Then we have the drilling machinery for surface drilling, and then for underground drilling as well. And then regarding surface mining and surface drilling, we have these four equipments that are the main ones and the most important ones. And then we have two series that are in this equipment's family. Here we can see the Boyles C6 and Boyles C8, which are made in China. And then what does that C mean? This means that basically they can be they can work in different trucks as well. And then we have the equipments of Christensen 140C and Christensen CT20, which are from a premium line, and these are being made in Sweden. They have been made with the highest Epiroc standards. And then on the next slide, we will be able to see the different frameworks that we have regarding drilling rigs. Then we have on our basic line, we have Boyle's C5, which drilling rate can go up to 800 meters in the smallest equipment. And then we can have as well the most powerful equipment, which is the Christensen CT20, that can drill up to 2,450 meters. That means that this machine can drill more than 2 kilometers in order for us to explore the desired mineral. And then it can work into a minus 45 degrees up to 90 degrees. Then Epiroc has a constant innovation culture, and as a part of this innovation culture, Epiroc has been building a rod handling system for surface drilling equipment. As you can see on the screen, this is a device that is set up at the top of the machinery, and it's partially operated by the operator and an assistant. All of the tasks are being synchronized in order for them to go step by step. So this element has been designed in order for the operator to work on the different pipes that the client usually uses, from the B line to the P line. And it uses the hydraulic pressure of the same machinery that they will work with. This equipment has been designed to work in the both Christensen designs. Next slide, please. Thank you. So now, if we continue talking about innovation, Epiroc has also developed our CERTIC system. So what does this CERTIC system do? This is an optional alternative that we can offer our clients, and this is included in our premium line with both of the Christensen 140 and the Christensen CT20. So we can set up this information, and then this platform will gather all the different data that we may have. And we consider the operations, the maintenance, it creates reporting, and it can set up alarms. Among other things, we can gather and collect data for machine optimization regarding the, 14 hours that the machinery is running. So then, for example, it has a GPS option. And then regarding maintenance, this system will allow the client to have a maintenance plan regarding alerts, and then it will create diagnosis when the machinery is not working properly. Then we can create Excel reports that we will get through our email as alerts. So then the user will be able to see those alerts constantly. Then the system basically will alert you of any anomaly or any efficiency loss. So for example, if we're having an overheated machinery, then the system will immediately alert the responsible areas, regardless of the personnel who is on the field or on site. So CERTIC will collect that data as well. Next slide, please. All right. So now we will see why this system was designed. So then when we're talking about hands-free rod tripping, this was designed in order for us to achieve a safer environment. So this system has been designed in order for them to create a drilling cycle that would be hand-free. So that means that when the pipe is on the rack or in a certain chamber or in the drilling well, there won't be a manual contact from the assistant or from the operator on site. There will be no manual contact with the pipes. So therefore, this is a hands-free rod tripping, and that would mean that the fatigue or the or the efforts that would usually be a lot in the operator will be less. So this will allow the operator to be more focused because he's not only working on the pipe, they are also working in some other tasks from the platform. So then he would be more focused on these different tasks. And then as well, we reduce the different damage that we may have because this also handles the complete core barrel and inner tube in the same way. So this helps us to really decrease the damages because before we would have a lot of risks when developing this system. So, as we were talking about, Certic really searched to create a better productivity and traceability. Certic is a telematic solution that gathers, compares, and communicates selected vital machine information in real time. This allows us to really identify those rooms for improvement because this is accessible information that the user can get when the user decides to, and regardless of the place the user might be. So then it will help gather information to compare that data to previous data, and then the user will be able to analyze and to assess that data. And that will take to create improvement measures based on that data. Next slide, please. So now we will see the other family of equipments that we have available, which are for underground mining. We have the Diamec, which is a really well-known brand worldwide. And then we have had all of these equipments evolving with the years in order for us to really provide better services for our clients. So now we have our smallest equipment, which is the Diamec 232, which we could say it's a little old. I think it's the oldest of our new fleet, and it has a really important feature because it is a small equipment, but it is really required in artisanal mining sector because it allows people to deploy their operations in an easier way, at least in Peru. Then we have some other families of equipments that are some sort of complementary to the Diamec line, which is the Diamec 4, 6, and 8. So we could really classify these equipments into. So we can have pilot hydraulic control, and then we can have computerized RCS control. So then the user can choose between those two types. And now we will see that further on, and we will see the benefits and what the smart technology is about. Next slide, please. So here we can see the frameworks that we have regarding drilling of our technologies. We can see the Diamec 232, which is the smallest equipment that we have available. It can drill up to 180 meters in pipe A. And then we have our most powerful equipment, which can go up to 2,390 meters. And that is for underground mining. And these are operations that are already being performed, not only in Peru, but worldwide. Because people not only want to have underground mining operations, but this is also applied for surface and underground mining. So both of our smart and PHC systems are already operating. All right. So I was talking about the smart technology. And if we talk about smart technologies, we also talk about an advanced control system, as we can see on the screen. We are talking about auto drilling. So now we don't have rods, we don't have maneuvers, we don't have some other buttons that usually will be on the panel. It's basically tactile. And this allows the equipment to perform certain operations in an automated way For example, it can pump the interior pipe in order for us to get samples. So another important feature that we have with the auto drilling is that it really avoids that the drilling elements, that means pipes and some others, will suffer an overcharge because these are previously regulated. So in all of this time that the machine is working, we are having an automated process because rather than that, if we have a manual operation, then basically the operator would create an overcharge in the equipment because they will get deeper drilling. However, they will reduce the life cycle of the equipment. So this auto drilling avoids that to happen. Then we can also have an auto drilling operation without assistance. So then the operator can just let the equipment work in, and then he can go to take his lunch or to take a break. So whatever time the equipment would use to drill the selected pipe, then whenever the interior pipe is full, the equipment will go off, will be turned off automatically. So at the end of the day, that means that we're having more samples for the client, and that means more productivity. And then we have the MWD system, the measure while drilling, which allows us to have data when drilling that will be deployed in a document later on. All right, so here we can have our rod handling system that works with our smart equipment. Nowadays, this is the best rod handling system in the market because it doesn't really depend on having two operators to be handled. And it also allows us to handle the pipes, but also in the interior pipe permanently. So for diamond underground equipment, we can go up from minus 90 degrees to positive 90 degrees. And this will be for rod handling system. So there are no need to have further adaptation for the equipment. Also, this equipment or this system performs other activities. For example, if the handle is doing a certain movement coming from the pipe, from the center line to what would be the rest position, which it actually can take up to 25 seconds. So then the rotation system would be creating another activity to set up the well. So when the work in the pipeline is done, then we can be ready to work on the well. So we are not wasting any time. So what does this mean is that we don't have an operator that would be manually working on the pipes. This is all performed by the equipment and its arm. So right now, we will see a video of our smart equipments that we have been already using in the last couple of years with our geotech client in a Peruvian mine. And then we will be able to take a better look of how these equipment work on site. Let's go ahead with the video. All right. So in this video, we were able to see how our smart equipment really interacts with the operator. And this system, this smart system, also allows us to gather data related to operations and to the maintenance of the equipment. So this exploration manager system is a software that collects this data, downloads it, and allows us to create reports that we will have. So the data collection is really simple, and you can just have it in a USB drive, and then the operator or the assistant or the manager is allowed to have that data. And he can take that to the exploration manager software. And then we will see the room for improvement in the equipment and in the activities. It also allows us to administrate a fleet of equipment. So with this system, I will see the operations of these 4 equipment, and I will see which are the rooms for improvement. Then I will be able to see how we can improve the productivity and the efficiency of this equipment, which is something that the client also looks for. So it also allows us to really have information about the incidents that we may have in the equipment. So it allows us to also solve the different issues. And this can be really taken advantage of by the team. The operator will be able to troubleshoot these issues from the screen because we will see what the error is, and then we will see the diagnosis time that, in another context, the mechanic would have been recording. So this will create a better performance for the equipment. So that was basically all that I wanted to share for this part. So now, Mario, I'll give you the floor.
Thank you, Jose. In this last slide, we are seeing that some statements that we want to share as Epiroc. We are presenting 4 important conclusions. And the first one is that the automation and digitalization trend in mining is strong and unstoppable. And we believe as Epiroc that these are not going to be stopped. The pandemic context that we are facing has only accelerated the innovation roadmaps amongst major mining companies. Not only in Peru, but also around the world. And similarly to other mining equipment, for example, production drills, trucks, and others that have escalated in technology, what is happening with diamond drill rigs is that they will continue to evolve in functionalities related to safety, productivity, and efficiency through automation. In this sense, we are going to continue seeing a development in this equipment that is going to take us to something very similar to the situation we saw at the beginning of the presentation. Then we are going to talk about collaboration between drilling contractors, mining houses, and all of our customers in general, because we believe that collaboration is key to drive innovation. And I believe that altogether we may develop these technology roadmaps. And this collaboration is going to take us to a technology that will guarantee value for everyone. And we are going to have a more efficient and safer and greener mining environment. And finally, a conclusion that is very important for us is that the impact of automation, digitalization, and interoperability that we are seeing in exploration machinery is going to generate one of the largest impact in the different mining value chain components. So this is a great moment to work together, and this is our invitation as Epiroc for all our customers and all the people who have seen this presentation. We would like to thank you for your time. And we hope that together we're going to continue growing towards a sustainable, greener, and safer mining in Peru. Thank you very much.